And who's new here? Never been to MoMondays before? Let me hear a, oh yeah.
I can handle anything. And I swear to God, that tarantula was laughing at me, and as soon as I came to that, he just walked away. So I'm like, okay, tarantula, handled that. Yay me, I've conquered fear. So I get into my mosquito net, of course, check, make sure there's no more other tarantulas visiting. And I fall asleep. And I start dreaming, and I'm dreaming, and next thing you know, I wake up and the ground is moving. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the anaconda. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Worst case scenario, it wraps itself around me. I bet you that would really hurt. But I've been in pain. I'll be okay.
Now, I realized much later that my son was not the cause of my difficulties. Mind you, he was a trigger. It was all that other stuff that piled up on top of me and made just life kind of unbearable at that particular point in time. We spent some time bringing my son back and kicking him out again, and bringing him back and kicking him out again. We took turns. My wife would bring him back and I'd kick him out. I'd bring him back, my wife would kick him out.
I did the side stroke, and I was just slicing through the water at a blistering pace, doing that side stroke. Anyways, finished the swim, got out of the water, reached behind me to unzip my rented wetsuit, which I'd practiced in the shower over and over, which is what they tell you to do. And I was so exhausted, I couldn't undo the zipper. And I'm thinking to myself, have you ever seen anybody do the right bike and run portion in a full wetsuit?
Went to the doctor, and guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, boy, you better try to have fun no matter what you do. But he's a fool, and nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
And what happened was I had been traveling over 1,000 kilometers a week, driving into Toronto from Kitchener and Hamilton, different places like that, and just running myself so ragged. And over the few weeks before that, my left leg started to swell up a little bit. I thought it was muscular. I have two daughters, and they're both nurses. One is an ER nurse at Grand River Hospital in Kitchener. So I called her up, and I just explained what the symptoms were, and she said, Dad, get to the hospital now.
And anybody who knows me knows that I'm not so good at waiting. So back then, they would put the application out in the mail, and it would take like a week and a half to get to you. Well, I'm not going to wait a week and a half. So I picked up the phone and I called them, and I said, can you check and see if, Jody Stewart's on the list, maiden name at the time? No, ma'am, I'm sorry, you're not getting into medical school this year. So a bit devastated, dust off the pants, pick up the phone and call my backup plan. I'm going to do my master's in pharmacology. So I have this all set up the same day. I don't even really let time sink in.
You work all day, you do the therapy, you do all the meetings, you do all the school stuff, you do all that stuff, and you don't have a chance to clean your house until nighttime. But go ahead and vacuum right under that bed. They can't hear you. Vacuum everything. And if you have any energy afterwards, they also won't hear any other night noises from down the hall.